We are boys from GT, Beacon of Current Town, and we are working on our GP project. And our global topic is climate change, energy, and resources. I'm going to ask you some questions, and so are going to my fellow students. And about our issue that is a increase in pollution due to excessive use of fossil fuels. Okay? My first question is, what is thermal Punjab? Can you tell briefly about what is about the sector and what you do in this and what you're planning to do?
Okay, so Punjab Thermal Power Private Limited is a wholly owned project of Government of Punjab. We were established back in 2017 under the power generation policy of 2015 by the initial instructions of federal government. The federal government back in 2017, in order to mitigate the energy shortfall in the country prevailing at that stage, decided that the fourth of the RLNG plants was to be incorporated. Just before 2017 and 2015, considering that there was load shedding of over 12 hours per day, the government incorporated or established 3 RLNG based power plants, and there were other projects including nuclear and coal based plants. So in 2015, the government of Punjab took this initiative and without its own equity and debt from the private banks, established this project. So currently we are one of the highest in terms of capacity and one of the most efficient thermal power plant based on RLNG, and we have a backup fuel of HST. We came into operations in 2023, and currently we are operational, alhamdulillah, and we are a very important fixture of the overall energy mix.
Thank you. And my second question is, at what scale are fossil fuels being used to develop energy in Punjab?
Generally, all the energy that is produced is sent to the national grid. So, for specifically for Punjab, we won't have the numbers, but at national level, 30% production. It varies season by season. In winters, it's more, in summer, it's less. It's 30% from fossil fuel, and it's from imported RLNG, gas, and coal. There used to be production on fossil furnace oil as well, but now there's no generation furnace oil in HST. So it's around 30%.
So the question is, does this affect the environment on a larger scale or a smaller scale?
All fossil fuels, by definition, produce greenhouse gases, and they do produce emissions. But the question is, how much emissions do we produce? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most polluting thermal technology and 1 being the least polluting thermal technology, I think RLNG is at 1. Because when you combust methane, there are no unburned hydrocarbons. The smog that you see is primarily unburned hydrocarbons. There is no unburned hydrocarbons when you burn gas. On the other end of the scale, if you burn coal, in coal there is ash and unburned hydrocarbons, which leads to greater greenhouse gas emissions. So we produce 15% of the greenhouse gas emissions compared to coal.
How are you planning to reduce the excess use of fossil fuels to make energy?
Well, we, being a thermal power company, we're not planning to reduce the usage of fossil fuel. What we did was at project development stage, we opted for the best technology in terms of lowest emissions produced per watt of energy. So we have a combined cycle gas turbine based power plant. So what we do is the gas turbine burns fuel and we get energy from the generator, but we also get waste heat. We recover that waste heat and we produce steam and we generate more energy. So we are recovering 20% more energy through this route. Overall, when you put it in the equation, so we are producing lesser grams of carbon dioxide than a normal open cycle power plant. So first step was we opted for the best technology to reduce the emissions. Second, we try to operate the plant at our guaranteed benchmarks. We monitor the emissions. If the emissions are going up, we go for tuning and we see why the emissions are increasing. But at a provincial or national level, you would see that we're shifting from thermal towards more renewable resources. So we are adding nuclear into the mix now more and more. We are adding wind to it, we are adding solar to it. So as a country at a national level, we are transitioning towards renewable burning fuels, whereas I think in 2015-16, almost 60 to 70% generation was on thermal. Now it's 30%. So the trend is slowly moving towards thermal. But we will still need thermal for grid stability, but we are trying to reduce the number as much as possible.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.